In a small village, there lived a kind girl named Ruby. Everyone knew her red hood. It was a special hood sewn by her grandmother long ago. Ruby wore it almost every day, and it made her feel safe and brave. One morning, Ruby's mother called her. "Grandma is sick," she said. "Please take this basket. There is soup, bread, and honey." Ruby smiled and lifted the basket carefully. Her mother's voice became serious. "Stay on the main path. Do not talk to strangers. Go straight to Grandma's cottage." Ruby nodded. "I promise." Her mother added, "In the forest, a shortcut can be a trap. Be quick and keep your eyes open." Ruby walked into the forest. The air was cool and the trees were tall. Sunlight moved softly on the ground as the wind touched the leaves. Ruby walked at an easy pace, listening to birds above her. She held the basket close so it would not swing, and she repeated the rule in her mind. Main path, straight to Grandma. Then a large gray wolf stepped out from behind a tree. Ruby stopped. The wolf did not growl. He spoke calmly. "Good morning," he said. Ruby answered, even though her heart beat fast. "Good morning." The wolf looked at the basket. "Where are you going?" he asked. Ruby remembered her promise, but the wolf sounded polite. "To my grandmother," Ruby said. "Her cottage is near the stream, by the old oak tree." The wolf smiled. "How sweet! She is lucky to have you," he said. "Flowers would make her feel better. Why not pick some? I will take a quick path and tell her you are coming." Ruby hesitated, hearing her mother's warning, but she also thought of Grandma's tired face. Ruby stepped off the path to pick a few flowers. Yellow, purple, and white, small and pretty. She tried to be fast, but there were so many. She chose the brightest ones and tied them with a blade of grass like a ribbon. But while she searched, she wandered farther than she meant to. The forest grew quiet. Ruby felt nervous. "I should go now," she whispered. She turned back and looked for the path. For a moment, she saw only trunks, roots, and ferns, and her stomach tightened. After a short moment, she saw the path again and hurried back, holding the flowers close, promising herself she would not step off again. When Ruby reached the cottage, the door was slightly open. "Grandma?" she called. No answer. Ruby walked inside slowly. The room smelled like warm tea, but also something damp and muddy. In the bedroom, Grandma was in bed, wearing a nightcap and round glasses. Ruby stepped closer. "Grandma, I brought you soup," she said. "Come closer, my dear," Grandma replied, but the voice was deeper than usual. Ruby looked carefully, and her hands tightened on the basket. "Grandma," Ruby said, "what big ears you have." "To hear you better," Grandma answered. Ruby swallowed. "And what big eyes you have." "To see you better," Grandma said. Ruby took one more step. "And what big hands you have." "To hold you better," Grandma said. Ruby's breath caught. "And what big teeth you have." "To eat you better." The grandma jumped up. Ruby stumbled back. On the chair, she saw Grandma's knitting. On the floor, she saw muddy paw prints. Ruby understood. "You are not my grandma," she cried. The wolf's face was now clear. "I only wanted your basket," he said. "I am hungry." He took a step toward Ruby. Ruby ran to the door and pulled a small bell hanging beside it. Grandma had placed it there for emergencies. The bell rang loudly through the trees. A woodcutter named Jonas heard the bell and ran. He reached the cottage and saw the wolf inside. Jonas shouted, "Stop!" and banged the door with the handle of his axe. The wolf panicked. He opened the pantry door, and Grandma hurried out, scared but safe. The wolf leaped out the window and ran into the forest. Jonah stayed until Ruby locked the door and pushed a chair against it. Ruby hugged Grandma with all her strength. "I'm sorry I left the path," Ruby whispered. Grandma held Ruby's hands. "You wanted to be kind," she said, "but kindness must walk with caution." Ruby nodded. They placed the flowers in a cup of water, warmed the soup, and ate together by the fire. And Ruby remembered that lesson every time she walked under the trees, and every time she saw a path that tried to pull her away.